the feeds coming down here momentarily. Robert, if you can kind of take things over here for a second as I talk with our feeds folks. Lawyers need to prepare for the trial, but 6 months is too long. I think a lot of folks are saying that online at the moment.
No, it's not too long.
Right. And again, it's all going to come back to, how does this process carry forward? And I understand, a lot of people feeling that way here, but I mean, there are, criminal cases, which last years.
By the way, good morning, everybody. Good morning. I don't know how long I'm going to be here this morning. Recovering from broken ribs. Hope you guys are all doing fantastic. Good to see you, Teresa, Kevin Lee, Brenda Pendergrass. Good to see you, Gerard. Don't know how long I'm going to be here, to be perfectly honest. Broke my ribs, so it's a little bit of an issue. But what's up, Stacy? What's up, everybody? But I figured I'd stop in, see what's going on with this trial thing, talk to you guys a little bit. For you guys that want to know, yes, I'm okay. Broken ribs. It's going to affect me a little bit. What's up, JW? What's up, Michelle? But anyway, so from what I understand, June 26th is going to be the next hearing. That's already happened. We may get footage of this now. How did you break ribs? Very interesting. A little bit of drunkenness involved. It happens. Reem, what's going on? Alicia, Cerrito, what's going on? Deanna. I'm old, brittle now. I'm not 22 anymore. I'm 42. Well, we'll get to all that here in a little bit. Got my ass kicked, right? Yes, exactly what happened. Anyway, it's Remy. Remy like to drink Remy. tastes good mixed with Mountain Dew, Remy. Gotcha, Remy. What's going on, guys? So anyway, June 26th, from what I understand, is the next hearing. Guys, he waived his fast and speedy, which means he has all intentions in fighting this case. Description of Ethan's death scene redacted in recently released police affidavit. It says that Yingling whooped you. Yeah, no, it wasn't the beer. It was the Jameson. No question. Whew. And then I had a fucked up diagnosis by a doctor who charged me $1,700 to tell me he thought I had a heart attack. And then just to find my ribs are clearly broken. No question. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to this. I know some of you guys are already watching this over on
system.
WFLA, but I figured why not? I want to watch it with you guys, see what's going on.
And again, it's the, which factor is the most important here? Because there's several that you do have to.
Hello, what's up, not your house, bitch?
There are a lot of people who want justice swiftly. I mean, that's something
Hope you're doing
that has
good.
to be considered. The public has a right to know and to be informed.
Crazy day.
Considered. But it's also due process for a defendant. That's something that has to be considered. So how do you weigh all of these different factors here? Is in many cases how.
See, here's the thing. Lawyers need to prepare, but the trial. I don't understand why people that don't understand the court system say that 6 months is too long. That's usually how long it takes for trial. I'm just being dead honest with you. Trials like this are not. If he waived his fast and speedy, that means he intends on putting forth a defense. And if he's going to put forth a defense, that requires time. Not just for him, but for the prosecution. What's up, Paul? What's up, John? If you guys are one of the people that believe he did it, if you guys are one of the people that believe he did it, he said he lives in Canada. If you're one of the people that believe he did it and you want, in your words, justice served, a case like this is going to require those 6 months. It's not something that, if you, what's up, Aaron? The beautiful Aaron has joined us. If you're one of those people that truly believes that you want him, that he's the guy, you want him to be nailed, this is actually the best thing for you. Because a fast and speedy trial would have gave him the advantage. Yeah, it could take years, exactly. But a fast and speedy trial was to his advantage. Because that would mean that all the forensics and all of this shit, everything that needed done would have to be done quickly. Just to be perfectly honest. So I believe a fast and speedy trial was 72 days. So for him to waive that right, for you people that think it's him and you want a conviction, that's good for you. It's good for you.
All of this ends up shaking out, and exactly. We're going to learn momentarily exactly how this date was arrived upon and what the back and forth was like in the courtroom.
So I'll probably
as the folks over there figure out
a year after the
situation.
Yeah, no. If you think about it, True Crime Fanatic, the way this usually works is pretty much like that. He'll go back June 26th, and then usually the way this works is each side has up to 3 continuances. And a lot of people don't know the way trials and courts work. Okay, a lot of people don't know how these trials work. So you get the initial arraignment, essentially, and then you get the pretrial conference. What essentially you get then, once the pretrial conference happens, if it's not fast and speedy, each side typically gets 3 continuances. It's the way it typically works. So this big 6-month period is going to be for discovery, for all of this type of action. It's going to be for all evidence to be laid on the table. And then most of the time, each continuance is like 3 months. So let me give you what I'm saying is that, like, when they go back June 26th, I'm going to tell you right now, we're probably going to see a continuance from one side or the other. It'll go till September. And then we'll see another continuance. It'll probably go till November or December. I don't think this trial will be complete for an entire year, for over a year. And I don't think we get to sit down and see the trial itself, the actual trial, for a whole year. That's just my personal opinion, but we'll see.
But I mean, surely we're going to be getting more information on this rather momentarily. I mean, there's just a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider in any one of these processes, and as we get forward here over the next few months, I mean, surely that's going to be tough for these families in order to think about
What's up, David?
how long it's going to take for them to serve justice. But I mean, you look on the other hand as well. Bryan Kohberger is not being offered bail, so I mean, he's going to be sitting in jail for those 6 months, waiting for this case to come up as well. So I mean, there's this.
That's not necessarily true. They can demand a bond hearing. These people don't know what they're talking about. While in jail, waiting for this, several times he can demand a bond hearing. So chances are their lawyers are already putting that. Chances are, no, there's going to be information to come out about the case. But I'm just saying that in general, when it comes to this, there's going to be a bond hearing. Then there's going to be motions for discovery. There's going to be all of that. So it just kind of is what it is. So I've been awake for 2 days, brother. He ain't getting no bond. He will be deleted in the street. I don't think so. I find it always really funny how people are like, well, the gangsters will get him. Did the gangsters get George Zimmerman? Nah. That's all I'm saying. All the gangsters were talking about deleting George Zimmerman. George Zimmerman, me and him had lunch together. He's out there just tipping drinks and shit with me. They didn't get him. That's all I'm saying. You always hear that big talk, like, if he's out on the streets, he's going to get got. No, he'll be fine. I'm just saying, he would be fine. Probably it was Kaylee's dad might get him. The family might. I agree with you. But I don't know. And he getting his gay vegan food in jail? Yeah. They're definitely gonna do that. They're definitely gonna do that. I mean, but that's simple. People act like they're going out of their ways to give them vegan food. When you first go to jail or prison, you fill out your diet card. That could mean diabetic, vegan, any of that. They keep meals like that for people. What's up, Sandy? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing well, beautiful. So that's kind of the way that works.
This is going to be a long time. This is going to be long and drawn out until we get to that preliminary hearing.
A couple
process.
people on 4chan were saying,
we are moments
Kaylee.
away from the feed coming in. I actually tapped into a second feed that might come in.
Well, here's
first.
the thing: if like gangsters are getting, like if she has Hell's Angels, they can get him in prison if that was the question. Yeah, I can't imagine how much real vegan food he's getting in jail. Yeah, they're going to keep him in PC. They're going to keep him in PC. 100% they're going to keep him in PC throughout this entire trial. He will not see. Exactly, Remy. They must have a strong defense, or they would have went fast and speedy. And another thing I want to say is that JB, I heard something more this morning about this case and it made me sick, and I can handle a lot. What'd you hear? What's up, KT? Good to see you, beautiful. It's good to see you, my liberal friend. Anyways, what did you hear about the case this morning?
First here in the Stream Center. So monitoring 2 separate feeds coming through on different technologies. The moment it's available, we're going to have it here live in the WFLA Now Stream Center. So we're going to be monitoring your comments here as we have Robert Sherman joining us.
Exactly, Joe.
Afterwards, we're going to be answering some questions, but some of the things that, of course, people are going to be looking for, demeanor, body
What's
language.
up, Bound Square?
Just overall the conversation on how June 26th was selected as the date. And I believe now we do have the feed coming in. Let's listen in live from Idaho.
Here we go.
Apologies, not live. Again, let me make this clear. This feed is coming in live, but this is the court hearing that took place a short time ago.
I don't want to make a sitcom, KT. We're either making porn or we're not making nothing.
And it would appear that they are preparing to play it
Also, I
back.
have a feeling it's going to be something so crazy that's going to come out.
Something
I agree.
didn't operate correctly. So you're looking here at the screen that they're using to feed that back. So quite literally, we are waiting on somebody to hit the play button.
We're waiting.
And they also might
You're
have
waiting, I'm
stopped
waiting.
because, and this is what will happen so oftentimes with
I
live
guess his
feeds,
legs were split
is
open.
Somebody says that they're not ready, that they're not recording. This is, in all likelihood, a pool feed. So all media outlets across the country have to be.
They are giving them a better defense than most people get for free. You know what I love? I love the people that's like never been to prison, like saying he's gonna get raped and all this shit. Y'all really don't know how prison goes. No, JB also no one freezes for no reason. She knew something bad happened. I agree with you. This feed is garbage.
And again, appears some difficulties with the feed. This is going out to
I have no
all
idea what I'm
stations right
saying
now.
today. I'm
So
out high on life.
all
There you go,
outlets.
Kevin.
So if you're watching on a different live stream, you'll be seeing the same exact screen.
Come on,
No audio on
motherfuckers.
this feed just yet. They will likely turn on audio once the court hearing begins. This was moments ago in Idaho, the status hearing for Idaho murder suspect Bryan Kohberger.
What's up, Victoria? How you doing, beautiful? Oh, man. Some of you guys are so fucking cool. Let me give a shout out to Amy. Man. She just sent $100 to the tip jar. She said, I hope you feel better. Thank you so much. I'm working on it. I'm definitely working on it. And I'll get to my health. And Victoria, thank you. I just saw the 10 on there too. Thank you very much, Victoria. I appreciate you so much, beautiful. You guys are awesome, man. They do have the death penalty in that state, Arizona. Could have needed that $100 to drink in a new bar. I mean, drink in a new bar.
You're on the record.
It's the only bar I drink at.
This is cause number CR 29222805. This is State of Idaho versus Bryan Kohberger. Mr. Kohberger is in custody. He is appearing here in court with his attorney.
Thank you, Amy. Thank you, everybody.
Mr. Thompson, Ms. Jennings appearing on behalf of the state.
You wish I
This
got
is the
my
time
ass kicked.
set in the matter for the preliminary hearing status conference. So I am going to inquire of counsel. Ms. Taylor, what's the status at this time?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Was that
We
a
are
done
going
deal?
to ask the court to set preliminary hearing out into June. We would request the 3rd or 4th week of June and probably 4 or 5 days for preliminary hearing. Mr. Kohberger understands his right to a timely preliminary hearing, and he's willing to waive the timeliness to allow us time to obtain discovery in this case and be prepared.
And Mr. Thompson, are you in agreement with that?
The state has no objection to that, Your Honor. Ms. Taylor reached out to us by email yesterday with her proposal. On reflection, the state's calendar would be better in the month of July, but we will make the end of June work if that's the court's preference. And I haven't had a chance to talk with Ms. Taylor about that. I'm sorry, I know that's last minute.
That's okay. The court's calendar is going to be better towards the end.
Yo! What the fuck happened to his face? What's up, Lauren? What the fuck happened to Bryan's face? Yo! It's not just the bottom right. Because the bottom right could be anything. It's staph infection, possibly, yeah. But look at the cut by his lip. Do you see? Hold on. Do you see? It does look. Look at this right here. Hold on. Let me pull this up for you guys. Yeah, it could be crappy shaving, but I don't know. Let me see if I can grab this for you. Yeah, there's definitely something under his chin. Now, that could be a crappy shave job on the bottom. So the right of his eye does look swollen. Right here. Oh, man. Oh, man. This is what the problem is with all this news shit. And I know that some of you guys are not going to agree with me. But I'm sorry. This man is innocent until proven guilty in my take. And you got the whole fucking world calling him a murderer and shit. It's definitely a new scar. Just a minute ago, I got done saying they're going to keep him in PC. That means somebody snuck in a few shots somewhere. Maybe it was an officer. Maybe it was an officer. And maybe what fucks me up is like, no, you got to let him stand trial. And then once he's found guilty, fuck him up. Once he's found guilty, fuck him up. Wish the guards would let us know more. Yeah. Nah, that's fucked up. And I just saw the other one. It's definitely the eye. Yeah, it's definitely there. You can't miss it. Nothing that says he's guilty. I know, but bro, this is why I don't like these type of cases that's all up in the public like this, because he's not going to get a fair trial, and in there he's going to be treated like shit. My first guess was adult acne, and this could be. Because let me tell you something, I got a staph infection in there as well. I got a staph infection when I was locked up. And it stayed with me for a long fucking time. And it usually starts from shit like that. It's hard to keep clean in there. It really is. It's hard to keep clean in there.
Of June, early July. So does that work, Ms. Taylor, for your scheduling on your other matters?
Your Honor, yes, if we take that fourth week in June, that's actually best.
Okay.
Joe, listen, man. Can you just talk like an adult human being, bro? You're not funny. There's no one here that looks at you and says, man, what you're saying is so funny. Let's just talk like humans, man. I get it. You want to continue to talk about my ribs. Ha ha ha, you got in a fight with Bryan Kohberger. You fucked up his face. He fucked up your ribs. Yeah, bro, we get it. I'm not trying to be a dick, man. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to be a dick. It's all good, brother. It's just weird. It's just weird. He will beat it if he's liberal possible.
So, Mr.
My bad, Joe.
Kohberger, I need
It's
to
all
speak to you
good.
for a moment then. Sir, you do understand, and Ms. Taylor has represented here, that she's advised you of your right to have, or fully discussed with you, the right that you have, which is to have your preliminary hearing within 14 days of the date that you initially appeared before this court. As you recall, when I advised you of your rights, that hearing is a probable cause hearing where the state has to establish that more likely than not, these felony offenses were committed and you were the one that committed the felony offense.
Yeah, where's this info you guys are talking about on Ethan's injuries? What injuries did it say Ethan had that we didn't know about that was redacted? Do we have information on that? When they have him isolated from other prisoners? Oh, yes, they would. That's why I think guards did it. You got to understand, these guards in there, these guards in these county jails, because right now he's in the county, so he's not dealing with a correctional officer. He's dealing with sheriffs. Let me make this clear to you. Right now, what Bryan's dealing with is a county sheriff, not a correctional officer. Jails are run by the city. Prisons are private. He said her friend is a friend of an FBI agent. Yeah, I mean, it's not. And just like that video that she did that said the knife was under Ethan, right? But anyway, I'll let that go. But what I am saying is that so she might be right. I don't know. Yeah. So in my opinion, when you're dealing with these, even state prisons are private for the most part. Well, no, like the big house. I think that one, like their main prison, like their level 4 and 5 prisons are still state run, but most prisons are now private. What's going on, Victory of the People? How you doing? But my point here is that I personally think that it's very possible one of the county sheriffs that work at the jail there, they decided to stick it to him because he definitely got an ass whipping. What's up, Michael? He definitely got an ass whipping.
If you waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing, it does not mean that you're giving up your right to have a preliminary hearing. It simply means that you would not be able to come back and challenge that the state did not present probable cause within 14 days. Do you understand?
Yes.
Have you had enough time to speak with Ms. Taylor about your decision to waive your right to a speedy preliminary hearing?
Yes.
Do you need any additional time to do so?
No.
Then I will ask at this time, as to the 5 counts, felony counts that were charged in the criminal complaint that was filed
Jail
on
is worse
December
than prison.
29th of 2022. Are you waiving your right to a speedy preliminary hearing and agreeing that that hearing can be held outside the 14-day?
Exactly, John.
Yes.
John, I did time at CCA in Indianapolis. Well, you know where I'm from right there with you. Like, I've been to the farm in Westville and Pendleton and Plainfield. I've been to all 4 of them. So, no, that was back in my old, young days, though. But, no, I know exactly what you're talking about, brother.
And Ms. Taylor, do you concur with his waiver?
I do, Your Honor, thank you.
I will find your waiver of speedy preliminary hearing is knowing, intelligently, voluntarily entered here in open court with the assistance of counsel. We will go ahead and set the matter for preliminary hearing.
If he waived his fast and speedy, this means he has they're planning a solid defense. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If I was on a plane being charged with 4 murders, I'd be talking to myself too. Does that make sense? Like, I'd be talking to myself too. I'd be trying to convince myself. I have been to Cook County. I'd be trying to convince myself. No, I've been to Cook County. Not for long, though. Not like an extended period. The Cook County is worse than the fucking country. Anyway, like, if I'm in the airplane and I'm being flown all the way, and I'm sitting there, all the way over here, and I'm being charged with 4 murders, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. I'll be like, oh, bro, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. How many of us wouldn't be? How many of us wouldn't be sitting there shaking and being like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. You know what I mean? So I don't hold that against them. Yeah, I don't believe any of these YouTubers and listen, I love Tender Life. I love her content. But I don't believe any of these YouTubers that say they got secret information. Because remember, I fell for it one time. I feel bad for him too, Remy. What if he didn't do it? But I don't believe it no more. I fell for it one time. I ain't doing it again. Exactly. No, he got definitely hit with something. I just now noticed that. You know what? I showed all the other bruises. That's also why I tell you guys that everything I say is nothing but opinion. Everything I tell you is nothing but opinion. I'm not an inside source. Oh, man. Look at that. We missed that entire bottom. We missed that. Look right here. Look at this. Oh, man. That is hands. Somebody snatched this motherfucker up. And I'm telling you, I think it was, there's no way in hell he's in there with everybody else. That is an officer that did that. I'm telling you, he's in PC. There is no way. Well, no, because he didn't have these last time. The defensive wounds. I'll show you. We'll go back to the last trial. He was in. Maybe he was choking himself. Some of you guys are adorable as fuck. Yeah, he got picked up by the scruff. Exactly, Alicia. That's a guard. I'm telling you, that's a guard. In my personal opinion, that's what happened. No, he's not in Gen Pop. It's not happening. He's in PC right now. There's no way he's not. The one under his lip is big. Looks like fingerprints to me as well. Like, let's go back to, no, you could clearly see this little thing right under his lip. He's still on suicide watch. I don't think so because he's in oranges. But I definitely don't believe What's going on, Kelly Kels? Good to see you. I mean, my ribs are still broken, so I ain't that damn good, but I'm good enough. Victoria says he's going to have a strong defense. A lot of things. No, I agree with you there. Yeah, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Somebody put his hands on him. And because I believe he's in PC, it had to have been a cop. The only possibility is if they open the cell to let an inmate worker go into his cell. Yeah, I'll pull up the first court. In fact, I'll do it right now. Let me pull up the first court appearance. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Court appearance. Maybe I can find one of the older ones. Yeah, here we go.
Way back.
Let me see. Let's look at him here. This is going to be him from the last appearance. Let me see.
Count 1 of the criminal complaint.
Nope. Not a single fucking cut. Nope. Look at that right. Oh, hold on. You guys can't see it. That's the first court appearance. Not a single anything. Look at that right there. Not a single. Now let's look at this. That's the first court appearance. This is the second one. First, in fact, let me see if I can get a better shot of his face. I think I can. There we go. First court appearance. Second. Let me see if I can get a better shot of him here so you can see all the injuries. Let me see here. Yes. Today, last time, he's definitely dropping some weight. I hear you, Brutally Lauren. Here's my problem with this, though. What if he's innocent? And I understand people go, but no, there's no doubt he's in PC. Not if he was doing it himself. Yeah, I don't know if he is depressed and suicidal. I mean, there's no one that's been able to tell me that. Or nobody been able to show me that. I don't think he's depressed and suicidal, to be perfectly honest. But all I'm saying is, look, man, do you know why he's probably not saying anything? Sometimes we fight with the guards. I agree with you, Selena. He could be innocent, but I doubt it too. I agree with you there. I think all the evidence is looking against him is showing he's guilty. But look, man, you know how easy it is to get into a dust up with the guards in there? Just to be perfectly honest. So he's enjoying himself. It's not suicidal. Yeah, it's possible. But look, man, as much as I understand that a lot of you guys and a lot of people were like, yeah, get him. He's still innocent till proven guilty. We cannot be okay with COs and guards in jail just beating up inmates. There's non-compliance, they put you down. I agree with that. And more than likely, he got into it with them, to be perfectly honest. That's probably what happened. But we cannot be okay with our prison system, jail system, just not treating inmates good. I don't care how much you think he's guilty. I don't care how much you think he's the bad guy. I don't care how much you hate Bryan Kohberger. What if that's you in there, innocent? What if that's you? And exactly, we can't move towards mob mentality and mob rule. Maybe a trustee got him. That's a good point. They might have let a trustee go in there yet and clean up his cell when it happened. Do you see what I'm saying? But we cannot be okay with if the sheriffs did it to him and he didn't deserve it. But what if he didn't do it, John? What if he didn't do it? Exactly, Hunter Soup. That's all I'm saying. Is that, in my honest opinion, what if? That's all I'm saying. When it's sent to side by side in the Discord, let me see what I can do here. Let me see if I can pull that up. I mean, that's a good side by side to have. Let me see. Where the hell did you send it to in the Discord? We in the right damn Discord? Oh, there it is. That's actually a perfect picture. That's actually a perfect picture. In fact, I'm going to show it to you guys. What's going on, Desi? Hold on, let me move. Let me. Thank you, Desi. That's all I'm saying is that, yeah, no, he definitely, there's a definitive, clear difference. You got them good eyes. Guaranteed nobody else noticed this. What, the ass whooping? Hey, JB, can Bryan tell on the guard that? Yeah, he can, but you don't want to do that necessarily. Because what if, here's the thing. Let me tell you why, if you're in his position, you do not want to start telling. Because you know what the guards will say. The guards will say he resisted or was a behavioral problem. And the last thing you want is to be going through a murder trial and they're telling you, and like there's behavioral reports on you. Does that make sense? Because as soon as he comes out and he says these guards or whoever did this, or this, JB can spot an ass whooping a mile away. Yes. As soon as he says this, they're going to say, no, well, here's what he did, and he did. That's all I'm saying. And it's the last thing he wants at trial is behavioral reports saying that he's been acting up. And magically the cameras, yeah, exactly, just like Epstein, Aaron, just like Epstein, exactly. All of a sudden, camera's not working. 100% agree. So no, I mean, it's clear he got an ass whooping. Very clear.
We say. I mean, looking at that status here that we just had here, I mean, it just kind
No, that's true too. Usually the jumpsuits are yellow for inmate workers. If you have a yellow jumpsuit, you're usually green is PC. No, you're actually right. If you're in protective custody, you usually do. You know what? You're right, Honky Wood. There's no way they got him in. There's no way in fuck they got him in Gen Pop. If they got him in Gen Pop, they're trying to get this man killed. Vegan diet, but being beaten, just can't see it in such a high-profile case. No, I don't think being beaten. But being beaten doesn't necessarily mean the police were wrong. He might have been fighting them. Definitely could have sliced the shit out of himself shaving. Yes, but did you see the eye? You could clearly see the swelling under his eye. Let me see if I can pull this up. Is that what this is? No, wrong one. You could clearly see the swelling right here. And the hands around the throat. The handprints around, no, it's not PC, it's not the green jumpsuit, it's suicidal redwood. The yellow's definitely the worker. But you could clearly see hand bruises on his throat. He cut himself using a shitty jail razor, and he looks totally the same. Yes, he looks, that's exactly what I was thinking, that he looked the exact same. He, obviously, Paul, obviously you're right. He walked into the jail with the handprints on his throat. You're 100% right. 100% right. He always had this big, long cut right here along his face. Exactly, I agree with you, Ryan. I agree that this one could be shaving. But bro, you cannot tell me that's not bruises on his throat. 40 people, no swelling, it's the lighting, you're creating a dramatic narrative. Motherfucker, I ain't trying to create any narrative. I don't give a fuck about you or this story. I'm clearly showing you the face looks different. It's not a dramatic name. I don't give a fuck if he's found guilty, not guilty, if he got beat up, didn't get beat up. I don't give a fuck. Jackass. I'm not like the rest of these YouTube motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. It ain't gonna affect my liquor intake either way. And by the way, you say you don't see anything because you're blind, Paul. You're clearly, I don't understand how you can not see this. You say get more angry. I'm not angry. Bro, you get out. Get him out of here. You're a grown-ass man excited because I just want to let this sink in for you. No, I'm glad you said you love this. You're a grown-up that is in other chat rooms trolling, happy to anger people. By your own words, you think I'm angry, Paul. And then your exact words is, I love this. Maybe you should get a job. Yeah, exactly, Cajun. I ain't seen anger. Maybe you should get a job. That will prevent you from liking to anger random people. Anyway, or some pussy. You might want to try pussy. Exactly, Josh. Anyway, it's clearly swelling and bruising. But see, people are so, adios, yeah, bye. It's so, by the way, yeah, bye, adios, later. Anyways, oh, you were talking to him. Anyway, so it's clear that this is happening, but people believe that he is so guilty. And I'm not saying you're wrong. He probably is guilty. You probably, please not try something. Exactly, Julie. I ain't worried about that. Ain't no harassing me. But clearly, something happened. But some people are so anti-Bryan Kohberger, they're like, I don't see nothing. Bro, if you want to know the truth, chances are he fought with the COs and deserved it. But what if he didn't? That's all I'm saying. Paul has a face, yes. It's all good, Iris. Like, the strange people. I don't understand trolls. I don't understand I don't understand it. They're weird people. Someone who's doing shadow puppets next to the camera? Yes, exactly.
Kind of, as we talked about, it could be pretty point blank, open and shut, what this was. I mean, you even heard from the Latah County prosecutor, Bill Thompson, who said they had no objections to this date. They had
Paul was the sheriff that beat him up.
Amicable correspondence with Kohberger's legal counsel beforehand in order to set this date. So, I mean, everybody was fine with this.
Exactly.
There was really no us versus them kind of dynamic here. And I know that, I'm already starting to get some people reaching out to me, who are frustrated, by like how long
there's definitely a hand around his neck.
Until we have this preliminary hearing. But I mean, this is how this.
Well, no, it's definitely not when he got arrested. Because remember, that's his first trial video. That's his first trial video right there. There is no hand marks around his. In fact, let me do it this way. This is his neck the first time. Look at this. That was the first trial, his first court appearance. No hand marks, no bruises, no nothing. Clearly nothing. Didn't you just show the older pic like now? That's what I'm doing right now. That's the older pic right there. And then you move on to today, you clearly see the marks. Definitely two different things. I know y'all say wait till he's accused, but I don't feel bad for him. At least he's a fucking stalker. But I don't know if we have any evidence of all that, of any of that. But I agree. Listen, man. Look, first of all, I think that anyone that stalks a female for any reason, I think is a lame, and he should get his fucking ass whooped. I just don't know. Could that be Hickey's? I hope not. He's in jail. And you usually can't bang the guards till you get to prison. I've never in my life banged an officer in the county jail. I've done it in prison. But those are different. Those are COs that make like $10 an hour. But that's funny though. That is funny. That's 100%. I mean, that's good shit.
Goes. This is how this situation tends to play.
We're not
out
this soon,
sometimes.
exactly.
And we're all just going to have to wait until June in order until we start to get some of the more details on this case.
For those of you just joining us that missed some of the conversation before this live stream or before the court feed became accessible to us, we're going to have an afternoon stream today on WFLA.
Exactly, Susan.
Specifically about the legalities going forward. I have a myriad of questions to ask to Peter Tragos, our special guest, the lawyer you know, who will be here physically with me in the WFLA Now Stream Center, and really the entirety of that live stream coming up in a few hours on WFLA Now across.
I mean, that's a good point, Josh. If you can't fuck a girl on the outside, he's not going to. No, I agree. I agree with you.
Platforms will be just to answer your questions. I mean, that's really all we're going to be doing. We're going to be answering as many of your questions going through YouTube Live, Facebook Live, Twitter as well, rapid fire, so that we have a conversation about where things stand now with this preliminary hearing set for June 26th, again, in Idaho. Again, Robert Sherman, thejbgunner here with you live. So, okay, the scratches on the face, that, of course, is the big thing that people are talking about in our comments section right now, whether or not they are shaving cuts. Look, if there was anything that had...
Well, Julie, yes, swagger and money. Potentially money is possible as well. JB, you were right about the lady missing from the New Year's Day having a boyfriend in D.C. where she worked all week. Ha! That's what I'm talking about. Has that came out yet? I gotta go check, because you know I like to come back and say I was right. But I agree with the CEO thing for the most part. You got to be able to smooth talk them into some shit, because most CEOs aren't gonna risk their job and career. But also remember, especially not in jail. Those are cops. Those are actual sheriffs in jail. In the private prisons, you have CEOs making $10 an hour. You know how easy it is to be, what's up, EMC? You know how easy it is to convince a bitch that makes $10 an hour to do anything you want for the right amount of money? I'm just being honest. It's just like real life. I'm just being honest. You could talk a $10 an hour bitch into a lot of shit. Just being honest.
Had happened while Bryan Kohberger was
I
in
do think he
custody,
fucked up with the guards, though,
something
Lee.
outside of the shaving cut scenario, we likely would have been told
Exactly,
about it
Mike.
From Idaho police, Idaho authorities in general, and we have not heard of anything happening behind the scenes as far as his time in custody, again, after his extradition back to Idaho from Pennsylvania. So let's keep things focused here on the actual...
Exactly, Julie.
Headline. The headline itself, that his preliminary hearing is set for June 26th in Idaho.
Money talks.
Let's talk about the meaning behind that. Robert, there's now a ton of time.
I agree with you
6
completely,
months
Victoria.
For more evidence to be...
That's why I said, no matter how older and how much I lose my looks, I'm funny. My work ethic is top notch. I have no problem spending some bread. So I'm always getting pussy. Period. It's never. But people like him, yeah, he's gonna have to probably He doesn't seem like the game type of guy. He doesn't seem like the talker. What's up, Timothy? He says, where are these $10 an hour tricks at? Shit, I don't know, bro. I don't know anymore. Minimum wage went up for all these motherfuckers now.
Discovered for there to be forensics that comes back, examinations on the Hyundai Elantra, examinations of
Exactly,
evidence
Ryan.
that was quite literally taken out of the college residents, the Kings Road residents, just really in the last couple of weeks. All of
Yeah,
this
I'll get
time now
Zell.
for
I'll
both
get
sides
Zell,
to prepare.
Jackie.
It's not
Thank
just
you.
Kohberger and his defense. to prepare
I'll get
the
it at some
defense.
point.
Now that they have the probable cause affidavit, it also gives time for more tips to come in. There's a lot of
Selena
time-
says he might like it up the dirt road. Selena thinks he was stalking Ethan. That's funny. Thank you, Victoria. Thank you. Call me.
now for both sides to really set the stage for what will be,
Exactly, Ryan.
to say the least, with all the time that's going to elapse, a highly anticipated preliminary hearing on June 26th.
Right, and it's, as you mentioned, it's more time for the prosecution in order
Disagree.
to find, the facts that they're looking for and the evidence that they're looking for.
Disagree, John. Hot chicks already know they're hot. Fat chicks, ugly chicks, you got to convince. It's a lot more work to convince no, I disagree completely. Hot chicks already know what they're looking for. They're like, oh shit, you got a good work ethic. Okay, I'm in there with you. I know that seems weird, but it's not. Just being perfectly honest. You don't have to spend the time convincing hot chicks that they're attractive and beautiful and that you want to be with them and like them. You see what I'm saying? They already know exactly what they're targeting, and if you have those things, you're in there. Just saying.
For in order to get a conviction, but it also gives the defense opportunity to put together their defense in a way and to potentially find new facts to this case that aids the defense of Bryan Kohberger as well. I mean, everything is strategy here. This is so. Effectively, what you've looked at is Bryan Kohberger has waived his right to a speedy
I'm with you,
trial.
man.
You heard the judge say there is that the prosecution had 14 days to show
What's up, Andrew?
that they had probable cause in this case. He's waived that right there. So an exception has been granted, that strays from the norm.
Said blowing
a bit,
bubbles didn't
shall we
work out
say.
for his throat.
There's a reason for that. There's surely a reason that the defense.
No, I swear I was just thinking that. And that's why I knew immediately what it was. Those kind of bruises, you gotta understand my lifestyle. Those kind of throat bruises are actually pretty regular where I in my world. So like it's clear that's what was happening. I swear not on here, but in court, you said?
has asked for an exception. There's surely a reason that the defense has asked for all this to take place. Again, I don't mean to overstate my credentials here. I do not have a JD. I am not an attorney. I've sat in on a number of these cases before, and all I can tell you is that everything is done for a reason, and everything is done meticulously. And
yes, I think he'll live to stand trial. I 100%. We're about to get some severe weather here in Georgia. I don't think so. We might. I bet they have tons of evidence. They might. Thank you, Giovanna.
Surely we're going to be getting more information about that. But you're looking at a June timeline until you start to get some of these questions answered here in this case. You look at this gag order
Exactly.
that's been in place. That's going to be a long time in order to hold over this gag order from both sides. Nobody's allowed to talk about the case. It's going to be a long time until a lot of people are going to get the answers that they're looking for here.
I hope there's not a fucking tornado.
Talking to some people in the Moscow community, we were just talking to them the other day. There's a lot of people who really want to know what happened in this case, largely because this is really the the biggest homicide that's really happened
So
in
I
their
remember
lives.
when I was 59. Those were the
And for the
days.
first time, I mean, these people are telling us that they're locking their doors in Moscow. They're afraid to walk around town, for the first time in their lives. So, they do have stake in this game. I mean, this is for the people of Moscow, Idaho. That gets more than the curiosity of the case. I mean, people want to know what happened in their community, and they have a right to know that. But of course, as we said before, there are multiple things that you have to weigh here. And one of the most paramount things you have to weigh is the due process for the defense. And that's what we're getting here.
Let's, some people are making note of his voice.
No, that's what's funny. That's what's crazy. I haven't seen the video yet from him, but I saw what you were talking about in terms of the, hold on, let me show. In terms of that whole car woman thing, I haven't watched this video yet, but harsh reality. There was something he had this morning. That talked about a girl walking away from the scene. I'm definitely curious to see what that is. 100%. Me, I'm sick and got broken ribs. If you're talking about me, Joe. So, you guys are lucky I'm here. This has been brutal. But check it out now. Should we check it out now? Let me see what he's talking about. In fact, let's just do that. We'll go over here. Hopefully this motherfucker doesn't. 2 a.m. running girl. His videos are never fucking 14 minutes long.
In this video, we're going to have a little bit of a chat as to why. Law enforcement seem to think the opposite. They seem to think this has been handed to them with a little bow and it's going to be over within a couple of months. Who knows? They obviously know a lot more than what we do.
Well, to be fair, I don't trust anyone not from America. But that's just me. Gypsy, what's going on? That's just me. Some of y'all gonna have problems with that. 1.5, yeah, let's do that. Let's see what he's got to say.
But there's just something that has always bothered me about this case. I'm going to have a look in a second at the actual timeline of the attack itself, because it's this timeline that I struggle with. Now, we know, and law enforcement have also said, professionals, ex-law enforcement, people who specialise in crime and criminology, and they've said that this guy made every single mistake conceivable. It's not just he made one mistake, but he made every mistake. Absolutely every single mistake there was to make, he made it. And I do struggle with that. I struggle to think that if this was someone who would...
He's actually somebody I watch daily. I watch him. I just don't... when it comes to YouTubers, I don't believe everything I hear. That's why I tell you... What's up, Carlotta? That's why I tell you guys that when you hear something from me, feel free to research it. I'm not a fucking investigator. But I do like harsh reality. I do. He studied the mind, not the forensic side. Yeah.
Planned this. He had taken 12 trips to this area. He had found out about the home. He had found out about the unlocked doors, the fact that he could get in and get out. He wore black clothing, apparently, if it's him. Remember, if it's him. He's still innocent until proven guilty.
He does talk slow.
We're led to believe it's him. He was clad in black, so he'd got the clothing.
I do listen
black
to Ken
clothing
Mangs.
to hide him from the light and stuff like that. And again, he'd apparently stalked this out, and no one knew, apparently.
Talk Meow says, one detail was inaccurate. The way of BK confesses he will prove he is the one. If there's a new case with that detail, then you have more people implicated. It would prove he didn't act alone.
No one knew that he was stalking. He was hiding in plain sight. He'd done
1.5
all of that, the meticulous
What's up,
planning,
Nikki?
even to the point where he knows when to leave Pullman to get to Moscow. We'll come back to that as well. But then when the attack took place itself, he made every single conceivable error there was to make. Was it that the plan just simply didn't go to plan? Or is it that this was not as planned as what people think? Was there something else going on that night? Did someone perhaps tip Bryan off? Was there an issue? Was there a problem? Before we have a look at the timeline, I'm going to read something. And this is a post I'm going to put it on screen so you can see it as well, but I don't know how big the text is. But this was a post that was posted on the University of Idaho page on Facebook back on November 23rd. And it says, I just found my remote photography group has video from a tripod that was stationed behind the house. It recorded from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and shows a woman running from the side of the house as a truck entered the driveway. She ran away from the house and ran right by our tripod at approximately 2 a.m. A group member...
Hold on, man. Let me read this. What's up, Kelly Cares? The beautiful and sexy Kelly Cares. Good to see you. I just found out my remote photography group has video from a tripod that was... First of all, I do not... Because it's not just cuts on his face, Happy Phantom. He says, JB, as someone who has done time, do you think the cuts... I do think the cut here on his... Can be... But that's not what caused the fingerprints on his neck. And it's not what caused the cut on his eye. Does that mean something? No one shaves under the eye. What's up, Martina? The beautiful Martina joined us. But listen, first of all, what the fuck do these people got a tripod camera on? This is from the University of Idaho. I just found out my remote photography group has video. It has been debunked. I don't know. I haven't been... I just saw this for the first time just now. So I'm just reading it to you guys right now. Oh, yeah, we showed it earlier, Happy Phantom. He clearly has bruising under his eye, too. Or swelling. So let me read this instead. He says, I just found out my remote photography group has video from a tripod that was stationed behind the house. That's creepy as fuck. It recorded from 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. and shows a woman running from the side of the house as a truck entered the driveway. But I don't believe there was a truck anywhere near this. No, it's all good, Happy Phantom. She ran away from the house and right by our tripod at approximately 2 a.m. A group member removed the tripod. What's up, Jimmy Fontanez? What's going on, brother? Exactly, Nano Joe. Exactly. 2 a.m., a group member removed the tripod, and I don't know who has the video. It's the group's right to not disclose why we record, but we would send in recordings in special... No, it's not. I don't... Okay. Yeah. That whole fucking thing, I'm not buying. Because number one... No, I'm pretty sure it's not your right. I'm pretty sure. Well, I guess technically it is still. I mean, you can record in public, but that seems creepy to have a camera and a tripod pointed up, just running. I don't believe that. I don't believe that story at all. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Let me give a shout out to my boy Jimmy who sent $5. He said just because. What's going on, my brother? Yes, I know. We got more people that's gonna come in here being MDs. Thank you. Total Land says, oh yeah, broken rib and smoking. My man, well, yeah, I mean, I can't not smoke. It's kind of a habit. It's just like if I had a woman here right now, I can't turn down pussy. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how broke my ribs are. Just being honest. It's kind of the way it works.
He did respond.
It has been a minute, Jimmy.
To the judge, of course, when asked by the judge if he was in
I'll
fact
be Total Man.
To waiving the right to a speedy trial, and then of course some of the folks noting that he was not in handcuffs as well. Look, that's.
I think he's innocent. Dropping it. Okay, I'm all right. All right. Okay, I don't need subscribers and viewers that fucking bad. Hold on, let me do something here. Let me scroll down here. Come on, hurry up, catch up. Give me 1 second. From now on, if any of you motherfuckers come in here sounding like you're 15 years old with just some weird dumb shit, I'm getting you the fuck up out of here. I'm just getting you the fuck up out of here. Hold on, let me see, where was he at? Kevin Lee, that's right. I think he's innocent of dropping the soap. Ha 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 ha. Get out. Get out. Fucking weirdos. No, I'm serious. Any of you people that say some shit that if we were like in real life and hanging out and drinking and shit would make me want to punch you in the face, smack you in the mouth, I'm getting you the fuck up out of here. I'm just being honest. I don't need subscribers and views that damn much. I don't care. Fucking weirdos. Anyway, I thought he was cuffed last time. It's just weird. Like, there's some jokes that are just so fucking weird. Like, I don't know. Florida counts illegally sentenced people all the time. If you can afford an attorney, you're stuck. Yeah, I hear you there.
Done. Everything here is done per court procedure. So if he's not in handcuffs,
But you know what I'm saying? Like you ever like seen somebody talking and you're like, if I wouldn't go to jail, I'd smack you the snout right now. Just full snout smack. Weeding out the process. Exactly. That's how, you know what I'm saying? It's the gayest shit I've ever heard. He's not guilty of dropping the soap. You know he doesn't get no fucking pussy.
That is the policy.
Corny as fuck. Just corny as fuck.
What's going on there with the with Idaho court procedures? So others making note of that as well. Let's go to some of the comments.
No retards in the chat, please.
On Facebook Live, on YouTube Live. If you use hashtag HeyJB, use hashtag HeyRobert for Robert Sherman, we can answer some of your questions while we're here live on WFLA Now. Or maybe you have, how often do we get just amazing observations from some of our comments?
Snout that motherfucker.
Point out something. Feel free to either point out something, I want to point out this comment from Black Rose.
Oh, who? His sister? His sister, I would eat her ass 3 times a day. Bryan's sister? Absolutely, she looks good. It's not even a question.
Hashtag KJB, do you think that they will find the knife? We haven't talked about that on this live stream. Let's still point out that
Hi, Carrie.
the murder
How you
weapon
doing?
itself has not been recovered. The sheath has been recovered, and the sheath might be the most important piece of evidence in the case so far for prosecutors, because on the button of that sheath was a blood sample that they were able to use to establish forensic.
Shit, I'd bomb Bryan out if I thought it would get me closer to his sister. Thank you for the shout out. No, thank you, beautiful. You're the one in here. I'm just a fat motherfucker talking. Shit, here in Idaho? Oh, man. You Idaho people, interested what your thoughts are on this.
Forensics that pointed them and confirmed with, and I'll go, where's the probable cause affidavit? On the very last page, I want to make sure I get the number of 9s right here, Robert. At least 99.9998 of the male population would be expected to be excluded from this possibility of being the suspect's biological father. So again, genetic genealogy being used.
Yeah, Nancy Grace is sitting outside with that little table outside the place. Like every other reporter you know stands and talks outside the house. Yeah, Teresa, it looks like he got attacked. And Miss Pudding says, oh my God, I'm at the store and everybody heard that JB eats ass. Yeah, give him my number. Anyway, so anyways, damn, I forgot what I was even saying. Fuck it.
But yeah, as of right now, there is
Nancy.
murder weapon. And
now, you said Nancy is next on your MILF list. I don't understand how anybody could ever have sex with Nancy Grace. But anyway, when it comes to Nancy Grace, nah, man, everybody else stands and, like, she's got a whole little table and shit set up out there in the damn winter snow. That's some weird shit. Yeah, I don't know how you could do that, man. Nancy Grace is the only woman in the whole planet I'd have a domestic battery charge without being with. You know what I'm saying? Like I could predict that shit. Nancy Grace is one of those people that you just know. In a face-to-face situation, like, it wouldn't work out. Like, there would be some sort of, you know what I mean? It just wouldn't work out.
And that also, too, we're talking about June 26th. That gives investigators,
I can't stand that bitch.
Of half a year, roughly half a year, to find the murder weapon. But when we're
that's the
talking
most
about
Karenist
all the time that
bitch I've ever
elapsed in
seen.
the aftermath of November 13th and all of the geography that was, all the
Damn.
many states between Idaho and Pennsylvania. There's just
I'd rather break my
quite
ribs
literally
again.
Endless possibilities for
What's
what
up,
happened
Cat?
to the potential murder weapon in this case, Robert.
Dang it, Cat.
You know, and I mean, you brought up that number, more than 99.9%. I mean, as somebody who's sat in these trials before.
Nancy Grace looks like the type of bitch that when you're fucking, she still is like, did you take out the trash? How you like this, girl? Did you take out the trash? Get out. Get the fuck out. But she seems like that type. You guys say she's the next MILF, your next MILF. Nah, man. No. I'm at the computer working, so I'm just listening. There you go. Hi, Micah. But you know I'm telling the truth. Would they let a jail inmate use razor? Yeah, it's a different kind of razor, though. Little to the left. Yes.
For all that I heard, there was not 100%. That's what the defense is going to say. That's going to be the point that the defense takes, you know, in order to.
No, there's no question. This one on his chin looks like a razor, but it doesn't explain the handprints on his neck and the cut by his mouth at all. At all. I like her, but want to give her a makeover. But for the inside, it's more. Now I'm just saying. No, every time I see her, it looks like she misapplied her makeup. Do you know what I'm saying? You ever seen one of them older women that like think they look good and put on? She just reminds me of one of them bitches walking around all day with lipstick on her teeth. You know what I'm saying? That you want to kind of say something to, like, hey, those are no, Cat, and you'll find out soon enough. Those are choking marks. But you know what I'm saying? She looks like, to me, she reminds me of one of them women, just walking around all day with like, it's just gross. It's gross. She looks like one of them women that if you're hanging out and you get some shit on your face, she pulls the old grandma move. She gets into her purse and pulls out some old little washcloth that she's been having for like 10 years in the bag and licks it and tries to wipe the shit off your face, but never washes the damn washcloth. She's just she's a creepy looking bitch.
To try and really belittle some of the evidence that the prosecution has gathered. Now, as we've said before, making the distinction here, to get a conviction in a case like this, the jury does not need to be 100% certain. It needs to be beyond reasonable doubt. Put that in the territory of like 90 to 95% sure that that's what happened here.
Yeah, something ain't right.
So maybe the DNA paired with these other pieces of evidence that are here is enough. But I mean, you've got 6 months here, you know, if you're the defense, in order to try and prove that DNA, that there's a rational reason why.
See, everybody keeps focusing on the cuts. Everybody keeps focusing on that. And I'm confused by that. Nancy Grace don't play? No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't. Hold on. Everybody keeps focusing on the little cut. Yeah, Ashley Banfield's way better. It's melting, exactly. I'm confused that everybody keeps talking about this, but they don't look at all at the fucking handprint on the throat. That's some third date with thejbgunner type shit. That's that shit that's that, oh, this is my third time seeing me type shit. But this is obviously could be a razor. But then if you look over, hold on, let me pull this back over. If you look clearly right here, you see the little cut right here by his mouth. Well, Kathy, don't we need to find out if he's guilty or not? Am I the only one here? Am I the only one here that wants to find out if he's guilty or not? That's all I'm saying. You plug in the nose. Exactly. Like, am I the only person here that don't want inmates abused if they're not guilty yet? Yeah, well, Owen, how would it... Okay, why do people keep saying the shave thing? Why do people keep saying the shave thing? Shaving doesn't cause fingerprints on your throat. Well, we've already compared the pictures. It's clearly not the shadow because you can see it throughout the whole thing. And so I guess rewind it. Just rewind it is all, because we already did a face-to-face comparison and all this. Clearly his face here looks way different than his face there. That is his first court appearance. Clearly. Clearly looks different there and there. Sorry. That's all I'm saying. He's having... It's possible. I guess that's just my entire thing is there... Listen, there is a lot against him. A lot. I 100% think at this moment Bryan did it. But just me personally, I just want to see... I want him to be found guilty. That's it. If he's going to be found guilty, then choke his ass, then kick his ass, then kill him. But look, it's definitely not looking that way, Micah, but I would feel bad if he's innocent too. He said Nancy Grace lipstick tutorials coming soon. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I hope they find the knife too. On the shaving topic, I don't think he's capable of growing a beard anyway, in my humble opinion. Yeah, because there's absolutely no images with him ever having one. I don't know, Owen. I've had broken ribs, man. I've been out of the loop for 48 hours. Sorry about the coughing too. It's hard to breathe.
This DNA in the home, if it is, the DNA, and there hasn't been a mismatch, or to give some rational reason as to why his cell phone pinged in the area 12 times beforehand. I mean, those are going to be the things, that right now, these are hard to answer. But keep in mind, you've only heard from the prosecution.
Thank you,
You've
Joey.
not heard from the defense. The defense has not made.
Hope you're
the
good,
defense
beautiful.
has not been given the opportunity to respond to any of this, and explain why his cell phone pinged 12 times in the months leading up to the murder, or why there was a knife sheath with his DNA inside of that home. We haven't heard from the defense yet. All that we've heard really is Bryan Kohberger saying in a jail when asked why he did it, he said, "I didn't do anything."
Also,
Yes, Rainbeam. There was a court appearance today. That's the reason I'm live. Just so you know. This is a true crime channel, Rainbeam. Just letting you know this is what we're talking about. This is kind of what we're doing right now.
so too,
That's what we've had.
I honed in and I got some messages on Instagram, people who were thanking me for bringing up the idea of the cell phone pinging.
Exactly,
being
Owen.
this, the smoking gun evidence, because we don't know the size of the ping range. We don't know
Right.
if he was, how precise those pings are. They say that he went back, okay, but how the cell phone triangulation, pinpointing his location, how
Wrong channel, Rainbeam. There's plenty of other channels to go look at.
pinpointed exactly is it? If anybody has found,
This
I have
isn't
looked,
a political
but
channel.
If anybody has found any reports or any experts, that is something that I'm going to look into. Finding an expert who can talk to just how specific those cell phone pings are.
Exactly,
are they-
Cajun.
Can you ping somebody down with the cell tower and the cell technology that was being used in this case specifically? I'm talking about the make of phone. I'm talking about the amount of towers, because cell tower triangulation and pinpointing someone's location, it comes down to the volume of towers. It comes down to a lot of different factors. So just how pinpointed was it is something that I really, really want to know, because I think it's a massive part of this case. I want to get to Mac Trucker Girl. This comment's been on screen for a minute or two. #HJB. We don't actually know if they don't have the actual knife at this point. They may have it by now, and this is entirely true. I mean, you would imagine that given the law enforcement sources that have been speaking on this story, you would imagine that if they had the
He needs an adult haircut.
that might make it out to the media and maybe make it out to
What's up,
one of
Carolyn?
the reporters covering this story. However, with the gag
Good to
order
see you, beautiful.
and with the way that things currently stand, as now both sides are getting prepared for trial, we just don't know if they have the actual knife. It's very possible, somewhat possible, I should say, that it was discovered somewhat recently, but we really have very little way of knowing.
And I mean, to that commenter's point, I mean, you look at what our disposition towards this case was the day before that affidavit came out and the day after the affidavit came out.
Man.
So much of that information was kept from the public exceptionally well. I mean, oftentimes you get some degree of leaking.
I mean, living large. What kind of shit can you do with $200? That's how you can tell a broke person. Living large, right? Anyway, let me give a shout out to ACRE commercial. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the tip. Appreciate you, brother. It's really weird for you to wallet watch Brown Chicken. You don't think that's a little weird, right? You don't think that's a little weird? Just asking a question. Yeah, that's a strange person. Shaving cut. Yeah, but explain the rest of the cuts. You know, you gotta explain the rest of the cuts and the hand marks around the throat. But anyway, man, I always feel weird when a dude watches my damn money. It feels strange. Like, I get it when a chick does. Like, that makes sense. Just like I watch her pussy, she watches my money. I get it. It's an even swap. But what I don't understand, Brown Chicken, unless you want to fuck me, why are you watching my money? It seems weird. Unless you want to suck my dick, Brown Chicken, why are you watching my money?
You know, from law enforcement, and I mean, they kept that really buttoned up from the way that we had no idea.
The case is going to take way more than 6 months. The case is going to, the case, we may stop putting it front and center, Dan. Listen, me putting my money front and center does not mean that needs to make you a homosexual. It's not that hard to understand. Acre of Commercial Reality in Tyson's Corner, Virginia. It's me. That's right, my boy Owen. Just like if I put my dick on the screen right now, it makes you a homo for looking at it and commenting on it. It's that simple. It's not that hard to understand. But anyway, no. So anyway, no, I just think it's a weird thing, brother. I think it's a weird thing, Brown Chicken. I think it's a weird thing. Anyway, his neck is clearly bruised. The links are in the description box. Cash App is down for now. Cash App is down for now. I got to create a new one, but there's the other ones. I was giving you props. I understand, Brown Chicken, but it's weird. I understand it's weird. That's all I'm saying is it's weird. It's just kind of strange. It's all good. We're good, though, brother. We're good. Please don't be coming on JB's page telling them to stop anything. It's like going into that house and being disrespectful. Yeah. Yeah, they should know I won't be doing that. They should know. I remember there was one time, I forgot what I was saying, but I was in the middle of a stream. And somebody came in and they're like, and I agree, Timothy. They're like, can you please stop saying, or no, there's like, something, stop saying fuck. I said, all right. I said, for the next 30 minutes, I'm going to say fuck straight. Just fuck. And I swear to God, I did it. 30 minutes straight. Fuck. And it was a hilarious moment. They genuinely think I care what their advice is on how to run a YouTube channel. I've been doing it for 16 years. They just got here. But anyway, you know how it goes.
Idea that they had a knife sheath. We had heard rumblings that there was a DNA match, but I mean, nothing
one time
more
a
than
band
that.
cap, yeah.
We had no idea that there was an eyewitness that was inside of that home. We had no idea that, we had, a consistent number of cell phone
Exactly,
pings
Steffi.
in the area. We had an idea that the
Well,
car...
Steffi, it's because they're used to YouTubers pandering to them. You realize I didn't monetize my channel. So how many people are watching me live right now doesn't matter. How many people view the video doesn't matter. How many people subscribe doesn't matter. My channel is crowdsourced, but through a different way where I don't pay Google. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? So like, I don't beg for subscribers and views, and I definitely don't pander to them. Because I like to be able to say what the fuck I want. If I want to say rape, I'll say rape. If I want to say dead, murdered, killed, I'll say that. I don't have to say unalived or SA. If I want to say faggot, I'll say faggot. If I say whatever the fuck I want. That's just kind of the way it went. That's just kind of the way it goes. So, but you get a lot of people. You get a lot of people that are like, I don't think you should say retarded. Well, now you sound retarded.
was important, but then we were told that the car wasn't important, and then we just took it for what it was. So I mean, law enforcement has done a pretty good job of keeping all this close to the vest. One thing that I would say, I mean, you made the comment about the ping range, on cell phones earlier.
Yep.
I mean, I think I want the viewers to keep in mind as well is that the distance between Pullman, Washington, and Moscow, Idaho, is not even the distance between Orlando and Tampa. It's not even the distance between Fort Worth and Dallas. I mean, it's 8 miles. And people go back and forth between those towns all the time. So I mean, you look at defenses that are going to come up. I mean, it's not as if there's no reason for Bryan Kohberger to be in Moscow, Idaho. I mean, they're so close to one another, and people do make those journeys. I mean, we met students at Washington State who go to fraternity parties in Idaho, and we met students at the University of Idaho who go to bars in Pullman, Washington, and hang out with Washington State people. These two communities are really symbiotic from that standpoint. So I mean, there's
I'm not begging for anybody, so
it's not as out of place as one might think.
Yeah, and as far as the technology that was used,
the only sub I'm gonna ask you for is a spicy Italian. I had oil for you to submit in different ways. I don't give a shit how many motherfuckers are subbed, how many motherfuckers aren't subbed. Just saying.
To ping the phone. We know now. I mean, I don't know if you use it, Robert. I use it with some family and friends, like Find My Friends.
Here you go, Chris.
And you can, and when you load up Find My Friends, it will kind of show you a big circle, and then it'll shrink down to like a medium circle, and then once it really figures out where the person is, it'll kind of give you a really, really accurate, pinpointed location as to where somebody is. But
just keep it from the dog. The damn dog. Yeah, exactly. 233 in the chat and only 23 likes. See why I don't like these motherfuckers? First of all, I don't need your likes. Likes don't pay me. Just so you know. But it shows me how much of bitches y'all are. So like y'all just like, no, I'm not gonna hit the like button. Well, good. Suck my dick. Just say it.
Reports on this, as I understand it, that is GPS technology. And GPS technology and cellular tracking via cell tower, they're completely different. They're different technologies used to track somebody. And I just want to know more specifics as to, there's also the Wi-Fi component. I mean, hitting on the Wi-Fi. So, look, if you hit on the Wi-Fi, what is today's Wi-Fi range? When I launch my cell phone and I look at available Wi-Fi networks, sometimes
I will say that's kind of crazy, right? Like if Bryan's like Wi-Fi, like if his phone connected to the Wi-Fi, he had to be close as fuck. Bryan Kohberger asked his neighbor if he'd heard about the gruesome Idaho murders. I don't know why this is a news story, just to be honest. Weeks before he was arrested and called them a crime of passion that cops had no leads for. It makes sense. But I find it really weird how all these neighbors come out of woodworks, like I said the other day, and all of a sudden want to start claiming different shit, like this chick right here. Like Bryan just went up to her and said, hey, you hear about the Idaho murders? I don't feel it. I don't like this. I don't like it. Like, I don't know if I believe that kind of shit. Just everybody is now coming out. But see, before this, they said he was quiet. Yeah, they're all fucking liars. Let me ask the gentleman here. If you were having a conversation with this woman, is that what you'd be talking about? The Idaho murders? I'm being dead honest with you. Like, listen, there are many women watching me right now. And I'm going to tell you right now, we'll talk about the Idaho murders right now. But if you are at my house, or if I see you in the streets, or if I see you in real life, I ain't got shit to talk about the Idaho murders with you. At all. Okay, in the beginning, maybe, fine, as I'm warming you up to try to do something else. But trust me, I ain't got shit to say about the Idaho murders with you in real life. I'm just saying. Man, let me give a shout out to my boy. Let me give a shout out to my boy, Aesthetic Advisor, who sent $25. Thank you, Aesthetic Advisor. Appreciate you. You're a hell of a... Appreciate you, brother. But yeah, now I ain't about to... Listen, man. You can ask Queen Bee. When she was here, I wasn't talking about the Idaho murders. I had it on the TV. I had it on the TV so I could distract her up there while I was trying to do some other shit. Just the truth. Neighbors always do that type of shit. Yeah, they all. And it's always one of... Thank you, Aesthetic. It's always one of the two things. They always say like shit like this when we think what he said was weird, or it's the other way around. They say, I would have never thought. So I need to figure out how to send my JB some money. I hear you there, Micah. I hear you, beautiful. The neighbor's stories don't get a conviction unless they're a witness. Exactly. Exactly. But anyways. Yeah, I don't know. That don't even look like the type of woman I'd be having that conversation. She says, damn, JB, everybody loves you. I love them back. I love them back. And I do want to say to everybody that was sending text messages and shit when I'm over the last couple of days, I love y'all. Thank you for that. That is really cool. We'll talk about that another time, Pudding. We'll talk about that another time. I'm sure she's fine. And I'm sure she'll be fine. All Bryan has said is, I didn't do anything and was arrested, and who else was arrested? That's it. I agree with that completely. What's up, Joshua? Thank you, brother. Well, here's the thing: is I don't think
I'll get the coffee shop located across the street, or even way larger, or way farther than that. So, there's a lot of questions to be asked.
The woman hold the microphone, dog.
And you know what? We have a lot of time.
Pure
to talk
blood
about
here
it
to Victoria.
because we got 6 months.
Drinking the stream tonight? Hell no. Hell no. So let's go into this story. Let's go ahead and get into this because I think we're done with that. So it's story time. Guys, if you're here for that it's pretty obvious. Nothing really happened at that hearing, except for it was continued till the 26th, and they waived the fast and speedy. And it looks like he got beat up. No, I didn't block you, Pudding. I got a new Twitter. I got a new Twitter. Hold on, let me check. Remember, they blocked me from Twitter last time. Maybe you didn't hear. Here, let me show you the new Twitter. I'm just going to put a link in there, Pudding. Anyway, it's story time. And some of you guys that was on other stream probably already know. So, 2 days ago, I was in here working my ass off. No, 3 days ago. It was Monday. You guys know I released several videos here. I did several videos on my news channel. Then I did a 5-hour stream on this channel where I drank a case of beer. I drank a case of beer. Went over to the other channel and broke out the 5th of Jameson. Woo, bad move. It was a fun night. We're all having fun, but let's just say the stream went 17 hours. Whew. So here's what happened. Everything was good. We were having fun. Everything was perfect. We kept drinking, listening to music, doing all kinds of different shit, and I passed out in the chair. I was gone. And I woke up in the bed, stream still on. 6 o'clock in the morning, 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, came back, sat back down, stream still going. I pick up the cup and started drinking again. Yeah, I know, John. I wasn't sick at all. I was fine. I drank a case and a 5th. I wasn't sick. I wasn't sick at all. Sat right here. 6 o'clock, woke back up, drinking the shit. Walked away. I don't know what the fuck happened at the end of that. Woke up in my bed again. But this time, my ribs fucked me up. My heart actually was sore. And so it was really fucking crazy. So I wake up, there's no bruises. There's nothing on the footage that showed me getting injured at all. And there was literally nothing. Woke up, this shit was fucked up. So I tried to ride it out. And then eventually went to the doctor. The doctor poked my ribs, poked everything, and did his little EKG, whatever the fucking test is. I'm not a doctor's guy. So, did all of that and wanted to admit me. He couldn't find bruising. Every test came back good. And he's like, and literally, I was cozy as fuck. So literally, his words was, it looked like you had a small cardiac event. I didn't even know what the fuck that was. And so when he said this shit, I'm like, and then we're going through the conversation. I'm like, bro, I'm only 42. What the fuck you mean? So left out because they wanted to admit me. I said, fuck that. Yeah. No, I didn't break any of my games. I don't know when I bumped into the shelf. That wasn't shit, though, because you ain't gonna break your ribs bumping into the shelf. So I walk out of there because they wanted to admit me. That shit cost $1,700, and I'm not one of you Obamacare motherfuckers. Do you understand? When I go to the hospital or the doctor, I have to pay cash right then. And so, first of all, I got charged $1,700 so he can misdiagnose me. Because I woke up. No, last night, it was in the last night or the night before. I was in the shower. I raised my arm to wash my shit, and I heard something pop. Now, here's the crazy thing. Exactly, Victoria. Exactly. So here's the thing. The night before, when they poked around at me and there was no bruising, they did not think it was my ribs. Because that was my first thought, is what the fuck is wrong with my ribs? But anyway, they said Jack D. parents donated $200,000 to the police department. That's crazy. What's up, Aunt Sandy? What's up, beautiful? Hope you're doing well. So, yeah, I'm not one of them. Yeah, exactly, Josh. So, I go back on, like I said, I'm washing and something pops. And bro, I've never screamed so badly in my life. Ever. I screamed so fucking loud, I thought I was dicking myself. Like it was a brutal, blood-curdling scream. And I'm just like, so I was like, oh man. That's when shit got, like, the breathing started being a problem. Every time I was sucking in air, it was a problem. And that's pretty much when you realize, and now I currently realize, the ribs are broke. That means his initial diagnosis was wrong. Now, granted, I didn't stay for other tests. You ain't gonna keep ringing up the bill on me. Exactly, Amanda. So it was bad. And so last night, couldn't sleep hardly at all. Couldn't sleep at all. I love a medical mystery now. I'm wondering if you had a dislocated rib and you popped it back into place. I don't know what it was, because it hurts just as bad now. The only thing that's allowing me to do this stream is what somebody in my neighborhood brought me. Is these little BC powders. It is actually allowing me to do this. Sandy says, so glad you're back. Thank you, baby. I'm glad to be back. Yeah, I don't trust them. They take a long time to heal. No, I know. This could be a fucking 6-week injury to me. But I'm not in the type of business where I can take, there's still no bruises, Jody. Said Bryan Ensign said sheriff confirmed that it was razor burns or cuts, but it doesn't explain the bruises exactly. There's no bruising at all. At all. It feels bruised though, but there's no bruising at all. I broke 4 ribs last summer when I tripped over a baby gate in my garden. Broke ribs are no joke. No, it sucks. They pop anytime you get a big breath in and exactly. It's fucking, it's horrible. It is horrible. It took 6 weeks. I couldn't laugh without pain. And that is the hardest part of this whole situation. No, I got a gunshot wound in my ass. Western medicine is a joke in itself. I know this isn't a political channel, but Big Pharma, no, it's fine. You can say shit like that. You're 100% right. But I felt it pop. And now, like I said, any kind of breathing does cause problems. What's BC powder? I think it's for arthritic people. But it works. It works. We looked at some guy on the screen for hours. Yeah, I have no clue. I think we was listening to music. He said if I sat down and drank 24 cans of cream corn and a bottle of milk, y'all would call me crazy. So, yeah, I agree. Yeah, I don't know, man. But BC is caffeine and vitamins plus adrenaline, pure adrenaline. Never had one. Yeah, maybe that's why I'm able to work. That's cool. I need some bourbon. But I'm afraid. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, is that you ever injured yourself or something went wrong and now you're afraid to do it? Like, so much of me wants to go get some whiskey for this pain. What's up, Jay Bird? But there's also so much of me. I do need moonshine. Moonshine is awesome, Victoria. There's also so much of me that fears it right now. Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Once something bad happens to you, you fear it happening again. You say, get back on the horse, JB. Get out there and get you one of them drinks. Yeah. Bro, I don't smoke weed. Why would I smoke pills? Exactly, Jody. I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. You need to smoke or eat it. I might eat an edible. I don't smoke weed at all. An edible might be all right. No doubt, no doubt. I know what you mean, JB. So, JB, I think it's called trauma. Yeah, no, I guess it is. Who squeezed you too hard? Nobody yet. But y'all know I ain't no bitch. So, I'm definitely, so I make the best. Oh, Victoria, where the fuck you stay? Are you in the South here with me? Oh, let me stop flirting. Let me stop flirting. Yeah, getting old, definitely getting old. Thank you, Remy. Damn right, doing the VA, huh? Interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I don't know what that is, AZ. Yeah, now BC powders, exactly. So a heart attack will knock the bitch. You know what, though? I kind of wish it would have been a heart attack. Like, don't get me wrong, I was scared when he first said that. But now, knowing that this is going to keep me, like, sore for 6 weeks. Moderation, everybody always says that. Moderation isn't any fun at all. Moderation is never fun. But it's in the mind, you can overcome. Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. Yeah, I've never understood moderates. I've never understood moderates. At all. The purpose is to get drunk. Yeah, it don't get me down. That's why I'm here right now. It don't get me down. It just kept me paralyzed for a while. If I wasn't paralyzed and screaming in pain, I would already been here. Only one good gear, work hard, play hard. That's exactly right. I don't do the moderate shit. So get the whiskey into you, you won't feel shit. I hear you there. 100%. There you go. You already won half the battle. No, it's shit. My life is a ongoing, man, all that shit bounces off of me. Every single time. I ain't never broke no damn ribs before. Said half asleep, sorry. What's up, Martine? But anyway, yeah, no. Sorting out PayPal, too tired today. No problem, Martine. Hope you're having a good day, beautiful. Yeah, so moderation is for alcoholics, yes. Exactly. Well, I tell people that with anything. Like, to me, I'm not moderate anything. If I'm gonna eat, if I'm gonna drink, if I'm gonna fuck, like, imagine that. I'm gonna moderately fuck you. That seems weird. No, I'm gonna go to the extreme. Exactly, Victoria. Yeah, no, it won't be green. So yeah, I had pneumonia and almost died. I only have a low fever and sore throat. Now, anytime I get a sore throat, it feels scary. Now, that's exactly what all of it looks like. Oh, some of these people are behind on the stream. I see that now. They're still talking about harsh. That was an hour and a half ago. I'm sure you'll take care of yourself. Nah, Sandy, no, it was just, listen, it was a stupid decision. I take full blame for it. Would you ever sell that WWE belt in the background and sign it? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would. Miss Pudding says, very, very interesting. Oh, yeah. Talking about Virginia up there? Yeah. I find it interesting when some of y'all are closer to me. Very, very interesting. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to get up out of here. You guys know how to reach me, in case you don't. In case you don't. There's my email. So what's the latest with the Idaho 4? We did all that earlier, Sandy. We did all that earlier. We're getting up out of here, but now I'm going to try to get you guys a video. Micah says don't leave. Take it easy, says Stone Cold. You guys can always, Brazilian Girl says get feel better. I will. I'll be live on the other channel later on tonight. Catch you on the next live stream, I hope, Caroline. Absolutely. Take care, Jimmy. I'll be live over there tonight. At least that's the plan at the moment. Love you. Love your videos. Thank you so much, beautiful. I hope you're doing well, Victoria. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Cajun. Thank you, Iris. Michelle. All right, guys. I love y'all, man. Thank you, guys. Sorry I didn't have a whole lot of energy. I hear you there, Micah. Sorry I didn't have as much energy, but for obvious reasons, you know. Thank you, Amanda. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, Jimmy, I'll see you over there later. Have an awesome day. You too, Steppy. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you very much so. I'll see you guys later, Alicia. It's your fine ass. I'll see you guys. Caroline. I got to stop. There's too many sexy women here. I got to go. Later on, Kathy, Brenda. So take it easy. See you in a while. Thank you, Brenda. Jimmy, stop. They're just chicks. No, I got to talk to them. I got to still talk to them. Jody says, get rest. Call a nurse if you have questions. I don't know any. The only chicks I know that are nurses is only because I ask them to be for that night. Can you put this outfit on, baby girl? You know that type of shit, you know. Love y'all, man. I'll see you guys next time.